another edition of the Ritual Report Show every Thursday night and Sunday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Illuminati Radio. With your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith, baby.
there she go, Sister Smith, baby. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so you're notified when we try to break a news story. Now, let me tell you something what this show is all about. Every Thursday night and Sunday night. You have to be aware that the celebrities that you see, they do not become celebrities because of their talent. They become celebrities because of the rituals that they do. The rituals are what make them, not their talent. The powers that be can replace them with somebody else who will do the equal amount of rituals. And the reports that we're bringing you, these are reports that actually happen. These are reports that goes on every day over in the so-called motherland called Africa. These Africans actually do these rituals. These rituals that we're about to tell you about are done behind closed doors in America by your local celebrities. And what I want to know is, why is their social media personality, because you got a lot of social media personalities, like Tasha K and, what I'm saying, a lot of social media personalities that report on news, but they will never ever report on what we're about to report on this evening. Never ever. Why? Because they want you to believe that Africa is the motherland. They want you to believe that Africa is the home of the motherland. It's the civilization and all this other stuff. It's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. And that African religion got our people all, all messed up in their head. Sister Smith,
Yes.
do you know anybody that's wrapped up in that African religion?
Yes, I do.
Are they, it's disgusting, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell no African, no Negro who calls himself African that they are not African. They really believe that. They really believe that they come from the lineage of Ham. They really believe that. And that's sad. But we're about to, make sure you guys hit that like button. Turn on your notification bells. Hit that follow button, that subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Sister Smith, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
She's doing good, everybody. She's doing good. Sister Smith is in a heezy for sheezy. What's the first report we got, Sister Smith?
A 33-year-old woman arrested for attempting to sacrifice mother.
Let me let you in on something else. All of the reports that we're about to read tonight, they will be available if you are in the Bible study group, the ISBC Facebook group. If you're in that group, after the show is complete, we are going to be posting these reports in that group so that you can read them for yourself. If you're not in the group, all I can say is, put in a request to be in the group. How you put in a request to be in the group? Well, I guess let's see. Go to Facebook Messenger and type ISBC, and you'll see my logo. I don't know. I don't know how to put in a request to see the group. Send me a friend request. That's how you put it, and we'll see if we can get you in the group. You got to be worthy to be in the group. We do not have any trolls, anybody like that in the group. So you got to go through a series of tests before you can even think about coming into the group. So just send me a friend request, PSTR, Michael Smith. It's on Facebook. And we'll see if we can get you in the group. Anyway, let's see. What do we have, Sister Smith? Sister, yes, go ahead.
A 33-year-old woman identified as Joyce Morfins has been arrested by the Central North Regional Police. A man
So a 33-year-old woman was arrested by the police for what? Go ahead.
for attempting to kill her biological mother.
So she was attempting to kill her biological mother. Sounds like somebody? Sounds like Jennifer Hudson all over again, don't it? Sounds like Megan Thee Stallion all over again, don't it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jennifer Hudson, what did she do? Her mama and her nephew. Megan Thee Stallion, what did she do? Her mama. Tiffany Haddish, what did she do? Her mama. Hey, these are news reports. You will never ever see these news reports reported by any social media news reporter because they don't have the guts to tell you the truth. Go ahead.
The victim, Teresa Amor, 59, a resident of Ascend Design in the Ascend North District, explained that her daughter, the suspect, Joyce Mogren, popularly known as Wawa.
So the 59-year-old mother is telling her story that her daughter tried to sacrifice her. Go ahead. You got to forgive Sister Smith. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to pronounce an African name. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to pronounce anything in Africa because everything in Africa is disgusting. Go ahead.
Sneaked into her bedroom around 10:30 p.m. to strangle her neck and cover her mouth and nose in an attempt to suffocate her to death.
So this woman, this 33-year-old woman sneaked into her 59-year-old mama's bedroom, attempting to strangle her and suffocate her with a pillow. All because he wants to be somebody in the world. All because she wants to have some type of energy to become successful. Go ahead.
While she struggled to shout for help, the suspect pulled her down and attempted to twist her neck, but their estranged struggle attacked a woman who was passing by the house and a teenage boy in the house. Out of curiosity, they entered the room where they met a woman wearing a face mask and a jalaba struggling with the elderly woman. Their invention led to the freezing of the suspect. However, in the course of the running, the hoodie of the
Yeah, these are some hard African words. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I'm saying? You will never ever see any other news reporter or any other platform who so-called be telling the news, you don't hear them doing this. And these are news reports that's important to you. Because you need to know these things when you see Amber Alerts go off in America, when you see children going missing in America. You got to know what is really going on. Go ahead.
Um, the victim, wait a minute. The victim's biological daughter, who had earlier informed the family she was traveling to Accra. The victim, after the incident, said peaceful sleep had eluded her.
She said peaceful. What she said? Peaceful sleep.
Yeah.
Had what?
Had eluded her.
Had eluded her. Okay, go ahead.
Reported further indicated they found a small bag belonging to the suspect containing a medical badge, syringe, and a Nayana leaves, which would have been used to perform rituals on the victims.
Whoa! So she came with a complete medical bag.
Yeah.
You said it had a needle in it, and what else?
It had, let me see, a syringe and some Nyanya leaves.
And some leaves. So she had a syringe, which is a needle, and I guess some leaves that comes from a tree. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what I guess she's gonna take the blood from the woman and put it in the leaves. But these are rituals, people. These what you got to be careful for. You know what I'm saying? Not only is this done in Africa, this is also done in America, and you guys don't even know it because you guys don't know what to look out for when you see things happening around you. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You guys don't know what to look out for. So a lot of our brothers and sisters are what? A lot of our brothers and sisters are suffering from a ritual, and they think they are suffering from mental health. Sister Smith, you hear that?
Yeah.
A lot of our brothers and sisters who so-called got mental health problems, and you know what I'm saying, some type of illness, you know what I'm saying, when it's really, they've been ritualized.
Yeah.
And that's the saddest thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. A ritual cannot be detected when you go to the hospital for an illness. If you are sick or you feeling a certain way, if you go to the hospital, it won't even detect what's wrong with you. The doctors is going to deem you okay. Why? Because it's not a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, very early, it has been reported that a 22-year-old woman also escaped ritual murder at Tafon, Parsa, in the central regional after a woman she was.
So you said a 22-year-old woman also escaped?
Yeah.
So you said this 33-year-old woman, her mother wasn't the first victim.
Right.
Okay, so the mother was the first victim. She attempted to sacrifice her mother, that didn't work. And she attempted to sacrifice a 22-year-old girl. I guess that didn't work neither. Go ahead.
The 22-year-old woman also escaped ritual murder at Tupelo Plaza in the Central Regional after a woman she was understudying as a apprehensive in fashion design sent her on an errand. According to report, Mama asked her brother, Nicholas, who has had a carpenter to drop off the lady at the client's house. But on their way, Nicholas rode past the location where they were to deliver the clothes, and the lady
Take your time, take your time, take your time.
prompted Nicholas that he's past where they are to deliver the item. They passed where they were supposed to deliver the items. So Nicholas brushed off the lady's concern and continued the journey while asking the lady if she was on her period.
Ooh, so Nicholas asked the lady if she. Why would a man ask you if you on your period? That would be strange, wouldn't it? Sister Smith?
Yes, it would.
It would, right? Like, man, why? That's personal. Why you asking me that for? Go ahead. You know why, right? Because he wants to drink it. Go.
Or sex.
Huh?
Or sex.
No. These are rituals. He wants to drink it.
Okay.
That's far from sex. He wants to drink it. He wants to drink menstrual blood. Go ahead.
The founder.
Say it again.
Also,
Go ahead.
ensemble Emmanuel Wahawa, and to the surprise of the young lady, were 5 other strong men purporting to be brothers of her Madam Delilah Vega. According to report, the lady started crying upon seeing her madam brother carrying her into a dark room with colorful lights, candles, and they position her in the middle of the lighted candles.
Damn. So they took this 22-year-old woman, brought her in a room with candlelight, you said?
Yes.
And they positioned her. Go ahead, continue.
Then Osamobo Emmanuel, in the presence of all brothers of Delilah, commits the ritual. According to the victim, she started screaming at the top of her voice after the pastor stated pouring a powder-like substance on her, and eventually they released her.
Whoa. So they laid her down in the midst of all of these lights. And the one dude, you said the one dude was a pastor?
Yeah.
And the one dude, the pastor, commits to do a ritual and pour some type of white powdery substance on the woman. as the woman just was there screaming. Let me tell you something, people. Don't think that this is not going on in America. Because America is spiritual Egypt. The same rituals that you see that we're reading here, that we're reading from Africa, is the same rituals that is going on in America. That's why every celebrity got to go over to Africa. Tasha K had to go over to Africa. Every celebrity got to go make that homage to Africa to see their juju priest and do these rituals. Go ahead.
According to the victim, after she made her way to her madams and narrated the incident to her, she was not pretermed, but rather disclosed to her that she was aware of the ritual and that it was a result of what her family had discovered, and they needed a human sacrifice to be able to get hold of the gold because...
Wait a minute, hold up. So, this girl's family is the one that is responsible for this girl going through this?
Yeah.
And the family said they needed a sacrifice for some gold.
Yeah, they had some gold and they needed a sacrifice to get hold of the gold.
Lord.
Because it kept appearing and disappearing, but after consolation, it was concluded that a human sacrifice was needed, whereupon they settled on her.
These are actual reports, people. Recent reports, people, that is not being reported. You guys are looking at Africa and saying that Africa is a motherland. Africa is the mother, you know what I'm saying? And it's a sweet land. And you got Umar Johnson praising Africa. You got, you know what I'm saying, all of these so-called Negro Africans pushing that African philosophy. You got Uganda and Black Panthers. This is what really goes on in Africa. This is what really goes on in Africa. And this goes on in the open. You got this same thing that's going on in America, but they just doing it behind closed doors. Let's get that next report, Sisters Man.
Okay.
Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. You ain't gonna get these exclusive reports nowhere else, because no other reporter, no other social media reporter, no other news reporter got the balls enough to tell you this, to report on this. Why? Because all of the other social media heads practice that African spiritualism. So they are not going to tell you about this because they too busy trying to push African spiritualism on you. And if they push African spiritualism on you, report on this will drive you away. Charlemagne pushed that African spiritualism. Why ain't he reporting on this? These are actual reports by reputable news sources in Africa. There is no other reporting agency reporting on this. Why? Let's see what's the next one, Sisters Man.
Police nab woman over theft of baby for money ritual.
The police nabs a woman over theft of a baby. Yeah. Over theft of a baby. When you see babies go missing, over theft of a baby for money rituals. Go ahead.
The police commander in Lagos State on Friday arrested a 49-year-old woman over alleged theft of a day-old baby from a hospital.
Over 7. This is in Lagos. This is in Lagos, Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? And this woman went into a hospital from with the intent to steal a baby just to sacrifice her. Go ahead.
The commander spokesperson, Benjamin Hadiljan, confirmed the arrest on Saturday. Mr. Hadiljan said that the Ojo
The names, and now you guys already know that these African names is very hard to pronounce. So you know what I'm saying. Don't fault us for butchering these damn African names. Go ahead.
division carried out the arrest on Friday after receiving a report on the crime at about 6 o'clock p.m. He said the police division received information that the suspect arrived the hospital named held on the grounds of being a patient and allegedly stole the infant. She entered the female ward and carried a day-old baby boy while the mother was fast asleep after undergoing a surgery. Another patient noticed the fast movement of the suspect with the baby in her hand, alerted the hospital authorities, and the suspect was arrested.
Remember all of these reports. You can read them for yourself. After the show, they will be posted in the ISBC Bible Study group so that you can read them for yourself. You know what I'm saying? These are actual reports, and you ain't go. And why wouldn't this be news? A 49-year-old woman stealing a baby from the hospital just to do a ritual on it. Wouldn't that be something that CNN would be interested in? Wouldn't that be something that Tasha K or any of these other social media news personalities be interested in? No. Go ahead.
Upon interrogation, it was discovered that the suspect came from Oyo State.
What's Oya? Oya is a deity, ain't it?
Yeah, she's a deity.
Look at that. That's a she. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them African gods. The Oya state. So the state Oya, the country Oya, whoever named that country, practice and worships this damn deity Oya. Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? The whole Africa is nothing but one big damn ritual. Go ahead.
The suspect confessed that one alpha contracted her to get a day-old baby to be used for money rituals.
So you said a herbalist contracted her, told her that he needed a day-old baby in order to complete the ritual.
Yeah.
See that? She needed a day-old baby in order to complete the ritual. Go ahead.
Mr. Hamadi said that further investigation revealed that this was the second incident of child theft to be carried out by the suspect. He said the baby had been returned to the mother. The command spokesman said that the suspect will be prosecuted after completion of police investigation. it.
Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't her first time. It says, Sister Smith.
Right.
It said that this is her second time. She have deleted another baby as far as a ritual as well.
Right.
Now this is something that should be reported all over America, all over the world. Why? Instead, they give you news articles that is going to cause you to be more dumb as a box of rocks. Instead, they give you a stage psyop down in Alabama where a bunch of black guys fight a bunch of white guys. They give you that. They'll make that go viral. They'll make Jamie Foxx going missing. They'll make that go viral. But they won't give you this. Instead, they'll tell you all about how Africa is a motherland. This is what really goes on in Africa, people. This is what really goes on in Africa. And if you go over there, you know what I'm saying? You better hope and pray that somebody is praying for you. Because if ain't nobody praying for you, you just might end up in one of these Africans' pots. This is what really goes on. Sister Smith, you know, I was looking on the news today, and 2 Africans was arrested today. I believe it was in Philadelphia or I think it was in Philadelphia. 2 Africans was arrested, and they supposed to be serving life in prison. You know what they did?
What?
They was posing as little children on social media with little children's profile to entice little boys. You know what I'm saying? They pose as little girls to entice little boys. And they got this one little boy to send a naked picture of himself to the fake girl's profile. And then they turn around and threaten to expose the little boy's profile if the little boy did not pay him money. The little boy paid $300. They demanded more. The little boy deleted himself. He killed himself.
Oh my God.
And the 2 Africans they just got sentenced to life in prison for that. That's what Africans do for you. Disgusting. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and hit this. Before we go on, what do you think so far, Sister Smith? What do you think so far?
I know what they're about. They are no good. They evil. And all they do is prey on people just for money.
But you know, our people think that Africans love them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
They make them think that so that they can lure them over there. They lure them over there, they won't come back.
yeah. And our black women think that Africans love them because the Africans speak in such a so-called intelligent speaking voice and saying how much that they are queens and all of this stuff. Hook, line, and sinker. It's a shame. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't being ritualized by one, then you are being scammed by one. Either or. There's nothing good coming out of an African. Nothing good is coming out of an African. And they want to push this. Tasha K married to one. If you think so. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
What did you say about Mary?
I said Tasha K is married to one.
Oh.
Yeah. Nene Leakes was supposed to be dating one.
Yeah.
so forth and so forth. But go ahead.
Alleged money ritual. Police submit transcriptions of audio visual evidence to AG, whatever that is.
That's Attorney General.
Um, the police have submitted to the office of the Attorney General. Oh, okay. The transcription of the audio-visual recordings showing a businessman allegedly trying to use his 11-year-old daughter, Evan Kirkiku.
A businessman tried to use his 11-year-old daughter. Go ahead.
Upon was arrested in June 3rd, 2022 for allegedly trying to use his daughter for money rituals, has been granted bail in the sum of GHC 500K.
So I guess the ritual worked for him.
Yeah.
He got caught trying to use his daughter as a blood sacrifice in a ritual to keep his business going. He got arrested, and you mean to tell me you got bailed out? The ritual must work. Go ahead.
The Attorney General's office, after receiving the duplicate case docket, directed the police to subject the audiovisual to further test by way of transcription. Chief Inspector Moho Richards has since told the district court in
Accra. That's another country in Africa.
Accra, that the party's advice from the Attorney General has been honored. The sitting magistrate held worship Amy Adumako Waki adjourning the case to May 4th, 2023.
May 4th, 2023. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna end up throwing it out, because if he was bailed out in June of last year, he got all the way to May 4th to either sacrifice that 11-year-old girl, or, matter of fact, this is what happened. This is the same kind of incident that happened with R. Kelly. See, back in 2018, R. Kelly was, you know what I'm saying, you probably seen it. R. Kelly was fighting and beefing and arguing back and forth on the gram with his baby's mama over him not being able to see his daughter. And when that happened, I came and I did the report. I said, listen, he wants to get a hold of that daughter because he wants to sacrifice that daughter. He needs to sacrifice the same way Nicki Minaj, before Nicki Minaj's father was so-called deleted in a hit-and-run accident. Months earlier, Nicki Minaj had reunited in public with her father. Months before that, about 2 months before Nicki Minaj's father was so-called ran down by a hit-and-run driver, she publicized her reuniting with her father. And then a month later, her father gets run down, so-called, by a hit-and-run driver. You see, this is how it goes down. It's the same way, you know what I'm saying? You have R. Kelly in 2018, he was beefing and arguing back and forth that he wanted to see his daughter and da 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 da. And I didn't go live. I did a report on it saying that listen, he wants to sacrifice that girl. He didn't get a chance to do so. And look what they did to him. See, when you don't come up with these sacrifices after they done gave you the fame, after they done gave you the fame, they done gave you the opportunities, and when they ask you for the sacrifice and you don't get it, then you have no choice but to suffer these consequences, like what R. Kelly suffered. He had no choice but to do that. See? So, go ahead.
A machine operator 47 was arrested on June 3rd after he was exposed by the spiritualist whom he had visited to kill his 11-year-old daughter.
So he was arrested on June 3rd, then he got bailed out. And he have up until, May? Well, keep going.
The duplicate case docket was forwarded to the Attorney General's office. The accused is on a provisional charge of participation to commit a crime to murder, and his plea have been reserved. The brief fact of the case presented to the court by Chief
See, this is how it goes. You know what I'm saying? You have a Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy's tour bus was pulled over by the police, and he was arrested because they found a whole bunch of assault rifles and in the tour bus, and they arrested Young Jeezy and his entourage. Young Jeezy got bailed out for $100 grand. His entourage, we didn't hear nothing else from his entourage. But we have not heard anything from Young Jeezy since that incident until we found out that he had received his own Fox Soul TV show. Fox Soul News TV show. He went from rapping to being on TV just that quick. That's how these things happen. That's how these things happen. When you don't do the rituals right, you end up like the rapper Salento. Who's the rapper Salento? He made the song Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay. Where's the rapper Salento at now? I'll let you look that up. Go ahead. Well, we're done with that one. Let's go to the next one. Sister Smith?
Yeah, I'm doing
Oh, okay. Make sure you guys hit that like button, turn on your notification bells, hit that follow button, that subscribe button if you're new here. You're only going to get these reports right here. No other reporting agency or personality, social media personality, has the balls enough to report on these things. Why? Because every last one of them is in that African spiritualism mess. So they're not going to be an Africa spiritualism and push that to you and then report on these reports of what happened. These reports actually happens. This what happens every day in Africa. Don't let them fool you. Oh, Africa's the motherland. Africa is... No, it's not. Anyway. You ready, Sister Smith?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Herbalist, 7 others arrested for killing mother of 2 for money rituals.
Herbalist and 7 others is arrested for deleting mother. And who else?
Uh, mother of two.
Oh, mother of two for ritual purposes. You know what a herbalist is? An herbalist is what you guys call a Dr. Sabi. That's what an herbalist is. You got an herbalist, you got medicine man, you got root doctor, you got root doctor, native doctor, so forth and so forth. Juju priest, all of these things you need to stay away from. They try to promote them, you know what I'm saying, with Nipsey Hussle. Go ahead.
Police operatives in Ogun State.
Ooh, here's another deity named State. The other one was Oya, which is a fallen deity. You know what I'm saying? A fallen angel. Oh yeah, Oshun, which is a fallen angel, which is a demon. And you have a lot of Africans worship them. You got a lot of Negroes worship them. Tasha K worships them. You know what I'm saying? D'Angelo, you know who that D'Angelo, the singer D'Angelo, he worships them. Andre 3000 worships them. Azalea Banks worships them. You know what I'm saying? Mostly all of your celebrities worship these deities. Jennifer Lopez worships them. Go ahead.
Police operative in Ogun State have arrested a herbalist from Wall, Ogun, or John Brown. His wife, Salawa, Oyemi Newson, or John Logu, and 6 others for killing and dismembering a 26-year-old mother of 2. Mola or Dinimi Shi for money rituals. The couple has 6 other, namely Lukeman, O'Dilly.
You don't have to say all of them, all of their names. We know it's all. You know, it's hard to pronounce these.
That's all they got mainly now. And in this story is a lot of talking about them names.
Okay, just skip past their names and get to the description of what they tried to do.
Okay, let me see. A statement by the state police public relations officers, Obimbala, I know who that is.
Who's a Bimbala? That's a deity?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, a Bimbala. Go ahead.
On Thursday, said that a Dingme body was discovered by police patrol team on December 29, 2022 and taken to a morgue. Upon interrogation after their arrest, John LaRue, the herbalist, and OLB confessed to strangling the deceased and dismembering her body. Her legs were sold at the rate of $30,000.
$30,000. So this woman, they deleted this woman and they dismembered her body. Her legs was sold for $30,000. That's Naira. That's the money that's over there. 30,000. So 30,000 Naira, that will equal to, I say, maybe 500 or less. 500 or less U.S. money. So her legs was sold for 500 or less U.S. money. Go ahead.
while the heart was sold for $50,000.
So the heart, yeah, they just cut this poor woman up and just sold her body part. Her heart was sold for Naira 50,000. That's 50,000. That's about 700, 800 or less. 7 or 800 or less in U.S. currency is how much her heart was sold for. Go ahead.
The suspect further confessed that the victim was the third person they had killed in such gruesome manner.
So this is the third person. The third person that these people deleted and dismembered their bodies. Go ahead.
But the following day, been 29th of December 22, while patrol team from Hollywuud division were on routine patrol, a dismembered body of a lady was discovered by the roadside, and the body was taken to a mortuary. Unfortunately, the mortuary is a stone throw distance away from the house of the deceased. And one of the mortuary workers who knew about the missing person called the attention of the deceased family to come and see the body brought by the police. On getting there, the deceased friend, Ojo Malera, was able to identify it through the bra and underwear she put on since her head was already chopped off, having recognized the body. The DPO of Vendolin Division, SP Murphy,
Sister Smith.
Yeah.
A lot of Negroes is in that African spiritualism. They worship these Ogun deities. How can you worship a deity that will tell you to kidnap a human being
I don't know.
and dismantle their body, chop their head off, leg? How can you worship a deity like that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like Charlemagne. How can you worship a deity that will cause you to take a 14-year-old girl, drug her, and do what you do?
Right.
Brother Polite, how can you worship a deity that will cause you to do what you did to that 14-year-old girl? Do not, when you hear about your brothers and sisters who say that they are African spiritualists, or they are Afro beats, or African and Egyptian, when you hear people say that they are this, just understand they are ritualists. That's what they are. They want to say the Bible's a religion. No, the Bible's not a religion. The Bible's a law book. That African spiritualism, that's a religion. And you got to do the religious practices in order to please these deities. If you're around anybody who calls himself African, just watch out. Because they are not too far from doing these things here. And don't believe them when they said there is a such thing. All voodoo is not bad. Every voodoo is bad. Go ahead.
Murphy Salami mobilized his crack detective and embarked on a technical intelligence-based investigation, which led to one Kajalo Oluchi feat Jalo, a herbalist who possessed the deceased telephone was recovered. He was promptly arrested and a search warrant was duly executed in his house, where a container full of human blood lay.
Wait a minute, hold up. So they searched the man's house, and what did they find?
They found human blood, a container full of human blood.
So they searched the man's house, and they found a container, and 9 times out of 10 this is the woman's blood. So they didn't only just dismantle this woman, they done drained her blood out and put it in a container. Go ahead.
Later discovered to be that of the deceased was recovered.
So they done drained the woman's blood and they had it in a container. 9 times out of 10 they was drinking it. 9 times out of 10 they had to drink this woman's blood. Go ahead.
His arrest led to the apprehension of his friend, Lukeman Oledele, whose house, the legs, and the deceased were also recovered. They both made confession statements.
You know, that would be some scary stuff. I couldn't be in the house with somebody's legs in it. That would scare me. Wouldn't it scare you?
Yeah, ain't nowhere in the world.
You know what I'm saying? You walking around and somebody's legs is laying around next to you.
God.
Go ahead.
Hollywuud, who happened to be her man's friend, but her SIC, soon as the victim entered, she was pinned down by both Hollywuud.
So as soon as the woman entered, she was pinned down. Go ahead.
Oh God. Bluetooth.
I said, go ahead and skip past the names. I know the names is kind of hard to pronounce. Just skip past the names and get to what happened.
Subsequently strangled her to death after killing her. They cut the cut of her head, legs, and the 2 hands, which they sold to the standby fire to be used for money-making rituals.
So they cut her head off, her 2 hands, and her legs because they were sold to be used to be made a charm. You know what I'm saying? When you see your celebrities and they showing you off this ring or the necklace or, you know what I'm saying, best believe somebody was slaughtered for it. You know what I'm saying? Azalea Banks gave you an example when she went on her social media with a 6-year-old skull. You remember that? She went on her social media holding a 6-year-old skull, and she said she bought it from some website. And then after that, a week later, she came back on her social media showing you a ring with a menorah on it. Let you know that when you see things like this, and heads are chopped off and legs are chopped off, and they sold these heads and these legs for money rituals, these parts are being used to be made to a charm to be made. Whether it can be earrings, it can be a necklace, it can be a pendant. That's why a lot of you black folks got to be careful. Stop. Don't receive just about anything from anybody. Don't receive, because if you don't know the source of where they got it from, if somebody gave you a ring, it could be a hex that they are putting on you. If you receive that ring, you put it on that ring, you have been ritualized. Somebody give you a necklace. Somebody give you a bracelet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give you a pendant. Somebody give you money. Don't be so quick to receive things from just anybody. Because let me tell you something. Some people is in conditions and they don't even know why they in these conditions. I give you an example. Maya Campbell. You all know Maya Campbell. She played LL Cool J's niece from In the House. Now, if you see Maya Campbell today, you would think that she just fell bad on her luck. You would think she's strung out on drugs. It's the reason why she cannot make it up out of that what she's in. Because LL Cool J is the one that put a hex on her for her to remain in that mind state. You have a lot of people who are in conditions that they're in today because they have been put a hex upon. So no matter how much they try to get clean, or no matter how much I give you an example. Mariah Carey's sister, Alicia. Yeah. Mariah Carey's sister, Alicia, who I know personally. She's been ritualized. And the reason why she's in the condition that she's been in that condition for years. She's been in that condition ever since, let's see, 19, had to be 90, probably 90, 96, 97. She's been in that condition for years. Never to come out of that condition, because if she came out of that condition, then Mariah Carey wouldn't be what she is. Rakim's brother is in the same condition by Rakim. So a lot of you people got to be careful. Don't just be happy. Don't be happy so lucky to receive something from somebody. Oh, he gave me money. He gave me a car. He gave me this. Don't be so. If you can't get it yourself, buy it yourself. If you can't buy it yourself, you don't need it. Don't be so happy to receive something, and then I gave an example. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is known for what? He's known for giving, paying for people's layaway. Not only paying for people's layaway, he's known for paying for people's layaway and buying people's groceries. Recently, he's known for saving a 93-year-old woman's house from going to foreclosure. All of the people that Tyler Perry done helped, revisit them today. Interview them today. See where they at. I guarantee you they are in a worse condition than they ever been since Tyler Perry doesn't work his magic on them. That's how it works. The more you receive in fame, the more people you have to ritualize. That's why Tyler Perry does what he do. That's why he's able to so-called buy BET. He's going right along with the program. Go ahead.
The names of the deceased were sold at the rate of 30,000, while the heart was sold for 50,000 to Hakeem Bello. The person who bought the head is still at large, the statement says. The Commissioner of Police, C.P. Has ordered the immediate transfer of the suspect to homicide section of the State Criminal Investigation Department. That's it.
All right. There you have it, people. There you have it. These rituals are real. What goes on in America is real. When you see people come up missing, it's real. When you see, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying, end up, you know what I'm saying, like Michael K. Williams, so-called, deleted from a fentanyl overdose, no, that's wrong. These are rituals that's being done behind closed doors. But in Africa, it's done in the open. It's done in the open. We got one more, Sister Smith?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
No.
Okay. All right. That was it, people. That's the Ritual Report show. That's the like I said, people. You want to read these reports for yourself. We are going, after this show is over, we are going to put these reports in the ISBC Bible Study group.
I'm sitting on now.
Oh, Sister Smith says she's sending them now. So to all you group members, she's sending them right now. You can read them for yourself so that you won't think we are making this up. These are reports actually happened to and going on right now. Why ain't these other celebrities or these other social media, how about Jason from Hollywuud Unlocked? He's so-called an exposer. Why ain't you hear him talking about this? Who else? Wendy Williams. Who else? What other new social media news report agencies is out there? Why ain't Just Hilarious? She report on the news. Why ain't she talking about this? Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey report the news on his radio show. You don't hear him talking about this. Ricky Smiley, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of radio show hosts out there. You know what I'm saying? The Drink Champs. I mean, come on. You got a lot of radio show hosts, whether it be social media or whether it be regular radio. Why don't they tell you about these reports that happens every day in Africa? Let me tell you why. And they will never tell you. Why? Because they're in African spiritualism. That's their religion. They think that they're African. And they practice African spiritualism. So they cannot tell you how good African spiritualism is and then report on what African spiritualism does when you're in it. Look at Malachi York. Why you think he's in prison? Messing with them little kids. Come on. Goes on and on. Sister Smith, what you think about what you just heard?
It's awful, it's sickening, it's sad, it's scary, and all in one.
You know the scarier thing about it is?
What?
our people probably have one of these black Negroes who practice this right next door to them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the saddest thing. You may have a Negro who's so-called in this African spiritualism religion living right next door to you. That's the scary part. This is another scary part. Beware when you hear about Negroes who say that they you know what I'm saying, they study the African writings on the Egyptian wall and all of this stuff. Be careful, because they practice this too. What'd you say, Sister Smith?
I ain't say nothing.
Yeah, we got any last words?
Uh,
We got any last words?
yes, everybody have a great night. All praises to a higher, the Most High.
Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells. You're tuned into the Ritual Report show every Sunday night and Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we expose these rituals every Sunday and Thursday night. With your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host, Sister Smith. And stay tuned for tomorrow night's Bible study class. We got Bible study class every night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss out on that. Till next time, stay tuned. Higher bless you all. Sister Smith,
Yes.
you said no last words, right?
I did say something. I said, that's a
She said she did say
praise be to the Most High. Stay away from Africans.
He said stay away from Africans.
Yeah.
Amen. Let me see. Let me go ahead and close this one out. Okay.
Spirit.
Huh?
You out there yet?
Uh-uh.